Hey, Mayday to you guys out there. Hey, today we're going to change on the boat here. We're going to change the gear oil in the lower unit. Very simple, very easy to do, and going to show you how we do it right here. And you're going to need a few things before you start, so we're going to check that out. Now this is a new engine, so we're doing the 10-hour change or the 20-hour change, and it's a Suzuki 99 EFI, electronic fuel injected. So let's get started. A couple things. Gonna have to get out a rag, have that for some spillage, clear cup to catch your fluid, some gloves that's optional, and Phillips head screwdriver on this one. These are crush washers. They're felt, pretty much. And that's the number to it. And you're gonna need about 9 ounces of either the Suzuki gear lube, or you're gonna need Quicksilver, which is what I'm gonna use today because I had that available. They recommend using all Suzuki oil and everything. I don't really know if that's gonna be a big difference, since pretty much everyone buys it from Lucas anyway. So anyway, this is the lube that you want right there. So that's what you're going to be needing. Now, on the unit itself, you're going to look down at your lower end, and you're going to see right here, there's a top one. It says oil right under it. I don't know if you can see that, but that says oil. And down, when you come lower, right below the prop, got another plug. That's the one we're going to open first. Both of these have those crush washers on them. And you definitely want to change those crush washers. They're like, you can get them, I got them from my Suzuki dealer. I think they were $2.20, but per each. But I'll tell you what, it's something that you do not want to mess around with. You got a $4,000 engine here, brand new, that you don't want to have all of a sudden water and everything in your oil because you were too cheap to buy a gasket. Don't do that. So the first thing we're going to do right here, tilt her down a bit. You don't have to put it straight up and down to drain the oil, but when you put the oil in, you definitely want to have it straight up and down. It's probably a good thing. You probably should just do it straight up and down to start off with, but we're just going to do it this way because it's going to be easier to get that plug off. Here's that crush washer. I said felt, but I don't know if it's felt or not, but it's compressed, either of a cardboard or something, but you need 2 of those. You're going to get yourself a Phillips head, put it in the lower unit, the lower plug of the lower unit, and just pop it out. Get your bucket underneath, or your clear plastic cup. And this is magnetic. This right here, guys, this right here, that's magnetic, the bottom one. Don't mix them up, okay? And there's a reason why we did that first. We're going to take the spout off of our pump nozzle, put that on. Don't want to strip those gears in there. This is cast aluminum, so the threads are in there, you don't want to strip, so just kind of tighten it all the farther, or all the, as easily. I shouldn't say, just don't tighten it very tight. Now let's go to this one. Well, let's do this. This is the upper plug. I want to loosen that, and once we do, we should have some pretty good flow down on the bottom one. There goes my screwdriver head. Get yourself a good screwdriver when you do this. I had to kind of mess with it. See, it's coming out. Now it's really coming out. Let it drain for about 10 minutes till it's all out. It'll take like 10 minutes. Then we'll show you what to do after that drain. Well, I may have lied to you. I said these plugs are magnetic, and I thought the lower one was, because I thought I read that, but apparently not. Getting these off might be a bugger. You might have to take the gloves off. They look really good. Those crush washers, they absolutely look brand new, and these are the old ones. So as that drains, we'll take this off and we'll stick on the new ones. Okay, here's the new ones on. They may be a bugger trying to get them off, but get them, you know, get your thumbnails in there or whatever and get them off there. And they slide, the new ones just slide right over it, slide on really nice. But you may have some, that from the old one, you may have a little bit of residue on the screw head, so at your discretion, scrape that off with a putty knife or a pen knife or a razor blade or whatever, and try to get it as clean as you can. See, this has a pump on it. You can get this pretty much at Napa or wherever you go, auto parts store. They should have this with the pump, or Walmart will definitely have it. You pull out the piece that goes in the threads of the lower unit, and you just do that for draining purposes right there. Then when you're ready to fill, just slide it back up on there and start pumping. Guys, we're down to a little drip, drip, drip. Everything looks clean. That looks like brand new. Take a look at that. So I don't think we have any issue with that. So let's put the new stuff in. There, now once you have your old gear lube attached there, just start pumping her up until you see a little bit leaking out of that top. And then you're done. Well, there's another step. You're almost done. So satisfying watching that stuff come up. Takes, like I said, 9.5 ounces. I think I said 9.5. I think it's 9 ounces about. Give or take a half an ounce. Just keep pumping slowly. Okay, you see we're getting a little bit of drip right there. That's when you want to just stop. Give it a little wipe with your towel. Put your plug in. Don't screw it all the way in though. Just hand screw it on. Okay? Get it hand screwed on. What we're gonna do is let this sit for about 10 minutes. All right? Put this one on, just let it sit for about 10 minutes, come back, and we'll tighten them down. Got that on, just hand tighten it right down, wipe off your oil, and count down on the clock, 10 minutes. And the reason you want to tighten it down, leave it for, or not tighten it down, but put them on, both of them on, for 10 minutes is because you don't, you want to check it. You want to take the top one off and you want to check and make sure it's all the way up and still maybe bleeding out just a little bit. If not, you're going to have to probably add a little more. Hopefully that never happens, but if it does, that's why you do the 10-minute check, to make sure your lower end's completely full of gear lube. Now I might have said on the bottom one, on the bottom plug, you want to tighten that one down, because if you don't tighten it down, you're going to have seepage. So tighten that one down. You don't have to tighten the top one down, but you want to tighten the bottom one down. That way after 10 minutes on the top one, you can just unscrew it and eyeball it and just make sure it's all the way up. And there you have it. But a good reason why you go that 10 minutes is so you can check to make sure, and you don't walk away and say I'm done, that the bottom one, it's not seeping out. You want to make sure that that one's tight. And once you tighten it up, after about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, you're going to see if it needs tightened even a little bit more. So just there you go. Like I was saying, there's my oil that came out. So you can tell it's just a little bit dirty. I mean, you can see a little bit dirty, not cloudy though, not milky, which is a good thing. If that thing's milky, you might want to take it to the dealer because you've got water in there mixed in with it. And I mean, I'd recommend taking it to the dealer, but that's up to you. And also, I said the lower one's magnetic. I wasn't thinking straight. It's on the oil. When you go to change the oil, which is on the other side of the motor, which we'll be doing the next video, we'll be doing an oil and filter change. But you don't have to worry. That one's magnetic, and that O-ring is a solid copper metal O-ring. And you'll definitely want to change that. And then that's the next video though, don't worry about it. There we are 10 minutes later, and we are going to give this a quick check. Yeah. Tighten it just a little bit more than I can get my fingers on. All right, she's bleeding out a little bit. Fantastic. So tighten her down, and that pretty much concludes the tutorial, if you call it that. It's a Mayday change here. Anyway, let's tighten her down. Tighten her down snug, but not too snug. Don't strip it out. There you go. Mine's kind of slipping right now. So I know that's on there good. All right. All right, guys, I hope that's helpful. And to my buddy Gary out there, when are you getting yours? You know how to change the lower end right now, lower end gear lube. Thanks for joining me, guys. Next time, hopefully when I get the oil in the filter, we'll do an oil change and filter on it and show you a little bit of tips on that. But as far as the 20 hour, I wouldn't go spending $200 to $300 at the Suzuki dealer when you don't have to. We're probably going to grease the propeller also. I don't know if I'll include that in a video. And but if I do, you'll get to see it. Anyway, I thank you so much. Hit this like button, smash that subscribe button. We could use all the subscribers on this channel we can get. There's plenty of room for you. So till next time, Mayday. I'm out of here.